In this part of the presentation, we will talk about power chitin and raw starch as a resistant starch as prebiotics to improve your gut health. Okay, let's go. Insect-eating bats live up to 41 years in contrast to wild mice that is usually live for about 12 to 18 months. So you see much longer. Bats eat lipid-rich insects such as moths and beetles, and insects contain up to 75% of protein, 20 to 40% of fat, and 5 to 15% of chitin per dry matter. To digest chitin, mammals, including humans and bats, produce the enzyme chitinase in their stomachs. Also, some gut bacteria can digest chitin. Chitin is estimated to be the second most abundant biomass in the world after cellulose. Crustaceans, insects, and mushrooms are rich sources of chitin. Fermentation of chitin leads to enhanced growth of beneficial bacteria and increased production of short-chain fatty acids. Incorporating edible mushrooms and other sources of chitin into the diet can reduce oxidative stress in the gut, improve digestion, and contribute to overall gut health. Okay, so this is again, there was research. You can download presentation and then you will get access to all this, references to scientific publication. Make your own research. This I highly recommend. Always download presentation as PDF file. So this is microbats. In contrast to microbats, macrobats such as flying foxes feed on fruits, pollen, and nectar. Flying foxes occasionally consume insects, but it is not normal food. That is, they use sugars as the main source of energy and live on average about 15 years, which is longer than mice but shorter than microbats. So, flying foxes defecate while flying, so we may assume that their high physical activity shortens the gut transit time. Flying foxes have been recorded flying up to 400 kilometers in one night. Therefore, I propose to learn about nature from nature that intense and long-term endurance exercise may contribute to gut health and longevity. Also, fruits and honey can be included in the diet in the condition of this short gut transit time. However, comparing to the longevity or in diets of microbat and macrobat, so this insect-eating bats and flying foxes, we may conclude that it is better to be in state of ketosis and avoid consuming much such easy digestible carbohydrates as fructose. So okay, you see difference, 15 years and 41 years, quite big difference. So you can in principle include the fruits in your diet, but it will shorten your lifespan. This is flying foxes. So eating kind of mango probably. As I discussed in my video and presentation, you can go and link to the links and watch it. Some species of termites construct sponge-like fungus gardens or combs, possibly of fecal matter rich in the carbohydrate lignin. The fungi of the genus called termitocytes grow on the combs, and termites consume both mycelium and fungi. The fungi break down the fecal matter, mycelium, and the fruits of the mycelium, which is mushrooms. The fungi break down the fecal matter used by workers to construct the combs into digestible substances. Fungi and mycelium are valuable source of protein for the termite colony. Young larvae, soldiers, and termite queen and king rely on feeding by saliva secretion from workers. It is interesting that presence of half-digested solid particles in food for soldiers shortens their maximum lifespan into about 2 times compared to the termite king and 20 times compared to the termite queen. So you see again introduction of some parts of plant-based food shortens the lifespan of these soldiers. They have the same genetics but just different food. So this is the mushroom gardens, which are typically you can find links to these photos, and it's in Thailand. It's quite many, and people collect even during the rain season. People collect these mushrooms and eat them. Snake rats can live longer than any other rodent. In the wild, they feed primarily on the central parts of very large tubers, which are rich in raw starch. Raw starch cannot be digested. So as mammals don't produce enzymes to digest raw starch, it is fermented by symbiotic bacteria in their cecum to mono, D, and oligosaccharides, and their alcohols, also short-chain fatty acids and proteins. In snake rats, bacteria utilize soil sulfate to sustain an anaerobic oxidative mechanism that is important for the gut microbiome. So you see, snake rats, they consume this starch, resistant starch, but actually the gut of this snake rats is a little bit different. You can go, I have some other videos about snake rats which explain why they consume this feces. Okay, so it's again, snake rats eat their own feces that are enriched with protein and short-chain fatty acids. That's short-chain fatty acids and their esters have remarkable health-promoting properties and improves the integrity of the intestinal epithelium layer, which preserves bacterial and toxic penetration into remote organs of the host. Again, you can see that the value, the importance of short-chain fatty acids. In contrast, carnivores and microbats whose diet contain no plant matter have a reduced cecum, which is often partly or wholly replaced by appendix. Again, you see, snake rats have different guts. So we cannot follow completely to snake rats, but at least it gives us some idea what is healthy, what is not. But consumption of chitin probably better than consumption of the resistant starch. This is snake rats. Sulfur is an essential element in plants and animals. The elemental analysis of chitin reveals that it may have up to 1% of sulfur. Milk, dairy products, eggs, meat, fish, and poultry are food sources of sulfur. Taurine is a sulfur-containing amino acid. Taurine is present in breast milk. It has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties and helps with digestion, energy production, immune response, neurological development, and brain function. I discussed the benefits of taurine supplementation in my video. You can go and read presentation. Following nature, we may modify our diet for radical lifespan extension in the following way. Okay, first, I propose that we may consume chitin and raw starch as prebiotics. So in particular, we may include powders of resistant starch and edible mushrooms in our diet. Maybe insects, maybe not so common, but mushrooms available, it's no problem. And then next step also, we need sulfur. Add to our diet sulfur-containing foods and supplements. So this, what is you can do? You can eat mushrooms, omelette with mushrooms. Yeah, it's delicious. So again, taurine, you see, taurine has sulfur. Yeah, and it is important for your body. Then next, what we can do to increase consumption of easily digestible protein from whey protein concentrate and bird eggs. It is important for the elderly. So because again, the production of digestive enzymes and stomach acid reduced in elderly people, so we need something, yeah, easy digestible. To adapt our diet to the composition of human breast milk and include whey protein and lactose. Again, so one more point: if termites and bees use royal jelly or milk produced by workers to feed larvae, young larvae, but also they feed the royals, and royals live so long, much longer than working individuals, working insects. Then it can be a secret addition. So we can use whey protein and lactose, which is normal for human milk, and then I think it will improve gut health and extend our lifespan. So next, we can include fermented dairy products in our diet as a source of prebiotics and probiotics. So lactose will work as prebiotic, and also this lactic bacteria and other beneficial bacteria in yogurt help to keep our gut healthy. So in particular, we may produce a fermented drink from butter, raw milk, milk powder, sweet whey protein concentrate, and boiled water. This is what I do normally in my diet. Sweet whey powder, a byproduct of industrial cheese production, contains about 75% of lactose, 12 to 20% whey protein, 1 to 2% of fat, minerals, and no casein. It is, by the way, available in about twice cheaper than whole milk powder. I discuss possible benefits of diet based on fermented dairy products in my previous videos. You can go, maybe you get more confirmation. So I recommend to watch this video and presentation. So again, this can work. This is a way. I mean, this web. So okay, you can use this fermented milk products. Okay, not many sources for information. You can go and decide for yourself that it is beneficial to include all these fermented dairy products, but also to adapt our diet to composition of human breast milk. This, I believe, very important for our longevity. In old age, we need easily digestible proteins from such as whey protein concentrate and bird eggs. And meat is, I will discuss it later, meat is good for younger people, but maybe we have reduced consumption of meat in older age. Okay, that's all for this part. Thank you for your time. Download presentation and so make your own research. I am not medical professional. I am scientist with PhD. I have PhD in physics and mathematics, but at least I can think logically. It helps me a lot. Okay, thank you for your time. Ciao, ciao.